Hi everyone, welcome to Kelsey's Mindful Life YouTube channel. I'm just taking this moment to be here with you all and be amongst the beautiful nature that's surrounding me. So thank you so much for being along this journey for this video. And I really wanted to take this video to connect to the topic of improving your self-worth. And so I want you to just take a moment to connect to self-worth, that word. What does that mean? What comes up within your body? Is there any words or sensations that come up? Taking this time here to be present for your journey, for your experience, as we dive into this lovely topic. And so, self-worth is this internal sense of ourself, of how we connect to ourself, how we feel about ourself. And it's also coming into this world, our birthright, to be here, and that we can take up space, that we are enough as we are. We don't have to do anything to prove that worth. How special is that? And so I wanted to share 2 tips to connect to your self-worth, to improve your self-worth. And so the first one is to first become aware. Become aware of how you speak to yourself, how you think about yourself, how you view yourself. And that can go really deep inside of us too. So be gentle with yourself as you reflect or feel into this tip that I just shared. And becoming aware is always the first step with anything. So taking this time to let that sink in. That maybe it's something you want to take with you. And how do you speak about yourself? Becoming aware on a day-to-day basis, moment to moment, second to second, on how you speak about yourself. Are they kind words, loving words, uplifting, supportive words? Are they words that are more on the negative side? Things that don't feel very uplifting. Maybe you already know right now on how you speak to yourself or how you look at yourself. And bringing in a curiosity, release any judgment towards yourself here. Just make space for you, because you deserve to have space held for you. And I can create this container for you, and you can create a container for yourself. And you can even imagine being another person and observing what would be yourself, so an outside perspective. And noticing, how do you look at that person? You. How would you speak about them? So this is just a way of stepping back and really being that observer. Whether it's seeing another human, that would be you in this instant, or going inside and sitting back and observing yourself, observing the thoughts that are arising. So it really depends on what's going to be supportive to you. And so, again, that first tip is become aware of how you speak to yourself. What are your thoughts towards yourself? How do you look at yourself? And then the second tip that I want to share with you is bringing compassion to yourself. Compassion to your heart, to your body, to your soul, to your mind, to those thoughts that come in and out, and knowing that you are not those thoughts. And that can be one of the most powerful things to become aware of, is that you are not your thoughts. You're not even your emotions. They're something you are experiencing. So when you do have those thoughts that come in, bring in compassion. They're like clouds. They just come in and they come out. We don't have to grip or grasp onto any of them. They don't have to define who you are inside. And so with those two tips, let those sink into you. Maybe you want to write those down if that's something that would be supportive to you, whether it's on a notebook or a sticky note. I like to put sticky notes in my room because they're an anchor, something that I can always remember to look at, to absorb. The things that we put in our environment are things that we are absorbing. We are looking at them. We are energetically taking them in. So really noticing, what are the things in your environment? And are those supporting you? Like the sticky note or your notebook. And another thing I want to share with you is this is a time of rewiring our minds, releasing this habit, this pattern of thinking a certain way towards ourselves. So if you are not speaking kindly to yourself, that is a pattern, that is a habit. It's automatic, it's ingrained within us, within you, and knowing that you're not alone. And so we're gonna rewire our brains together. If that feels right for you, then let's continue together on this journey of rewiring, of letting go of old habits, of things that are no longer serving us. And that we can replace it and redirect our experience to supportive words, loving words, to being compassionate to ourselves, loving to ourselves, because that is going to create a deep relationship within you. And the relationship with us is the most important relationship that we have. We come into this world on our own. People come in and out of our lives. Yes, we have people that can be stable within our lives, family, friends, community, and we are always here with us. No matter where we go, no matter what we experience, we're right here. So why not build this lovely, trusting relationship with ourselves? And so I want to go into action step time. A time where you get to create an action step for yourself, because this is your journey. I will give an example of an action step just to support you and how to move forward. Maybe you already know what your action step is. That's amazing. And if not, that's amazing as well. I am here for you to support you as much as I possibly can. So, bringing in affirmations, bringing in a phrase or a word that's going to be something that can be an anchor for you, can be something that you can bring yourself into when you feel this sense of judgment or self-critic come in, those thoughts starting to slip in. That we can redirect our experience and we get to choose what thoughts we entertain. And how powerful. There's a lot of things we don't have control of in this life, and there's things that we have control of, such as what thoughts we entertain. So using an affirmation, I have some examples for you. I am light. I am love. I am expansive. I am limitless. I am beautiful inside. I am loved. I am grounded in myself. So these are some affirmations that you can use if that feels helpful. And if that action step or those affirmations don't feel supportive, find something else that's going to be supportive to you. Because again, this is your journey to come back home to yourself. And I want to continue being by your side and coming back home to your heart, to your soul, to the depths of who you are. And take this moment to maybe write down your action step if that's something that's going to be a helpful reminder. I personally like to use my reminders app on my phone. I also really like sticky notes, as I mentioned before, and putting them up in places that I look at often. You can also write this down as many times as you want to really integrate it into your body. So I invite you to find a way that's going to be helpful for you to connect to these affirmations or to your action step, or maybe even action steps. It's up to you. Let's take a moment to put that into practice before we transition. And starting to close your eyes if that feels okay, or gaze down towards the earth. Place your hands wherever feels natural. Nice tall spine, press into your pelvis, into your seat. And a nice lift in the crown of your head. This sense of grounding in your lower body and a lift and expansion in your upper body. And if you chose an affirmation, say that inside, in your mind, or out loud 3 times. I am love. Let it sink into your body. I am love. Soften your body, relax your jaw. Yield, sink into these words, to this affirmation. I am love. Breathing in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Know that it takes time for it to integrate. To feel it in your body, it takes time. And sometimes I like to, actually just a moment ago, I slowed it down. I am love. It gives my body more space to feel it. So maybe that's something that can support you as well. And I just want to say that I am beyond grateful to you for being here. If your eyes are still closed, you're welcome to gently open them, taking the space around you. I also wanted to lastly share that I currently offer a 90-day program. It's called Come Back Home to Yourself. It's a space for you to cultivate confidence, to improve your self-worth, self-esteem, to build a relationship with yourself, with your soul, with your heart, with your body. To really go inward, to focus on what's happening in your life, in your body, in your experience, planting seeds of healing, of growth, and bringing it outward into your life, expanding out. I'm also focused on healthy habits, just noticing habits that are within your life and where you would like to improve. If you have any questions on this program, please comment below. You can also find me on Instagram at Kelsey's Mindful Life. Just want to plant that seed for you whenever you feel ready and whenever you feel called. I'm here to support you on the journey to coming back home to yourself. Have such a beautiful rest of your week.